I should probably talk. I don't know. Nobody's on, so this is about documenting live the removal of the carburetor from my 450 Husqvarna saw for the 10th time. The more you do it, the quicker you get. Okay, I got my black pin here, kill switch on this tab off, ignition coil, and purge bulbs. So the last time I did not empty the gas. Should I empty the gas? I just need a big rag. Although, you know, I think I will. My waste can. I've done this now a couple of times. All the gas I waste. Nah, not that much. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing something, I think I'm doing something useful. If not, I'm learning how to take apart small engines. And I get quicker at it every time I do it. And I hate wasting the gas. Because that's fresh. Oh well, it's not 100% waste. I use it as starter fluid. On my outdoor fires. Works pretty well. If you're careful. I'm pretty sure I changed the filter on this, the fuel line filter on this thing. Need a screwdriver longer. Fit down there. If you're coming back and joining me, I'm, for the umpteen time now, taking the carburetor off this saw. But I get easily sidetracked, as you can see, because I'm not doing the carb right now. I'm trying to see the fuel filter. Come on. There we go. My hoses are in great shape. I can't tell if I just got gas smell on me. Let me fix something. There. Fuel filter. It doesn't look dirty. Well, I could blow out the gas. I don't know if you could see that. So the gas is definitely getting through the filter, no problem. It's not dirty. Air passes through it, which means liquid's gonna pass through it. Liquid gasoline. Let's put it back. Like I said before, I've taken care of this saw, never leaving gas in it for more than 30 days and usually empty it like I just did now. But that's to work on it. Hello to Dita, at Dita. I can't read the whole thing. And now to disconnect the hoses from the purge line. It's these here. One purge bulb, I should say. There. Off. And then we got these here still on there. Carburetor, which we're trying to work off now. And if you recall, if any of you were here last week when I did this, I have to tinker quite a bit with this throttle cable. Fairly easy to take off. but not real easy to put back in. There, I got it off. You just got to loop a little screwdriver like this around it. Here. And here. And then I take the fuel line off. That's this hose here. You can hear the guineas. That hose there. And then we got the and I'm gonna leave this on. So this is the original Zama carb that was on the saw. This is the one I bought a year ago. Looks the same. I had put this one in, didn't work, but what I wanted to do was take this off and check the fuel pump, which if you watched the earlier video from this morning, I actually did what I'm doing here on this one. And I'll do it again because we can do a side-by-side comparison. Oh, more gas. Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, so this looks different than the other one. We're going to take it off and we're going to compare. But this is the original carb. This is the original membrane, which is, if you can believe it, that's called the fuel pump, or is it? So if somebody is knowledgeable in this area, let me know. This is supposed to be not have a memory to it. And I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know if this is good or bad. That goes like that, back on. I don't think it's fouled. Can you see this? It's like really thin. If any of you remember what camera film from the day looked like, this is it. This is what this looks like and feels like. Now that I've taken that off, put it back on for the moment. There. Keep that with this. Now we're going to take the one that I got last year. We're going to look at it. Come on. You go there. Keep everything to the same one. And here, oh, they do look identical. At least the machining does on the surface, and I would say this does too. Now, if you were to tell me that this one it has a little bit of memory to it. This one has none of that. I might take and put this part, which was from the one I purchased as a replacement, onto the original carb, which is this one, the Zama. Zama, Hippa, Zama. The Zama works better. In terms of its actuation with the trigger. And fit. I mean, they look, it's weird. People, the difference in this one is it doesn't have any of these locator. Look at this. Or does it? Yeah, it does, yeah. Sorry. I'm learning as I go here, folks. Okay, Zama is this guy. Because I left the hose on, remember? And this goes onto this. Here's the Zamax. Zama. And it looks clean in there. Fits there like that. will clean off. I've got this carburetor cleaner here. And just for good measure, I have these little brushes. Which are supposed to be useful for cleaning out the ports. Like a plumber. The brushes look a little too big. All of them. Who else joined? I have a hard time seeing here. Karen, welcome. Hello. Any of you experts on carburetor clean outs? Trying to get all the little ports. For me, what would be nice to know maybe I could probably go to some website or manual or something, but figuring out what each of these holes actually does. Ah, bent this one. Oh, there we go. Let's take a little fine brush now. This one. Okay. So there is a little bit of a difference between the replacement and the original part. Look at the faces of this. You see, I don't know if you can see in the camera or in the video image, but there's a little hole here. And there looks like there should be a hole there, but it's actually not a through hole there. Which is odd. It's like it was, yeah, I don't know. Why? Again, I wish I knew what each of these holes in here were meant to do in terms of fuel flow. O'Sullivan says hi. Hi, right back to you there, brother. If some of you are coming here new to the channel, I'm trying to get this chainsaw running again. It hasn't been running for about a year. But it's in great shape. All the hoses are intact. Everything is in good shape. I put a new ignition coil in it and thinking that was a problem. And I do think it was. I actually think it was. This is the old one. And on this, the wires were kind of trashed. And yeah, Also, the kill switch was broken there too, which I had found that was an issue. I couldn't turn it off on the second to last time I was using it. Anyway, can you hear that? That's clear. Also clear. Able to blow through that. Okay, let's put this back. So what I've done is taken the new film, that's called the fuel pump, which is just a piece of, I don't know, acetate or something that's not gonna be affected by a solvent like gasoline. Give it a little clean off, a little bit better. I don't want to tear it. Zama boy. I mean, I just can't really tell the difference. If it's still not working after this change out, I'm guessing I need to put the OEM ignition module, an OEM. I bought a cheap $17 or $18 knockoff, and that might have been a mistake. This one goes like this. Click. Click in. And screw. I gotta check something here before I put this back. What I didn't do is check this. Yeah, clear. That one. Hear that? Good to go. So all the fuel travel lines appear to be fine, open, not occluded. Okay. I pulled this off earlier. We could do that. Well, should we do it? No, I think it's clean. Just wasting time. There. This should go under. There, like that. And then this has to seat properly in. I don't know if you can see, there's a little on this intake. There's a little port here that has to go into. So we do that. And I could put the fuel line on now while it's still easy to do. That's like right here. That's in. And then I want to seat this in here. Moving the ignition coil wires away. And that's in there. This goes on the purge bulb here this way. So could put that one in there. There. Reseat. And the next thing you've got to do maybe. There. Then you got to tinker with the throttle cable again. And I needed extra light the other day to see in there. Headlamp would be good. You know, don't forget to attach this is your choke. Actually, I did this last time. I forgot to attach that in there first. It's actually important to get that because it's articulated. See that? So you got to get that in place. Then you can come in, get your wires out of the way. Here. I actually have to get a better lighting here. I'm in trouble seeing that. That's a little better. Again, I always struggle with this part because it's trying to get that little cable back in and seated properly. Which is not super easy to do. Because everything right now is kind of where it wants to be. There we go. And you got to press that down and then pull it around under tension. I didn't get it because it... No. I didn't put it on its correct route. Now it's seated properly. Now pulling it around. Come on. Without damaging anything. There we go, up there. There. I got it, I got it. Yay. Can you see that? Nope, get back down there. Fuel line hooked up. There, got that line back into its proper place. I think it's seated properly. Tight. And then this is the return. Comes in here. Purge bulb in. And then you gotta sort of finagle this thing. This cover, this is the air filter here. Well, the air filter's not on, but this is the air filter, which goes over top of there. So it's the air filter mount. Again, you got to keep your wires here. You got to plug them in, actually. Let's do that before I get too far ahead of myself. And the ignition one, the red one, was on the vertical. So that would be considered your hot. And this is the ground, which is the kill. And it goes on the horizontal one. You can't see that, but Yeah, here's how the mechanism works. So when you pull this lever down, it contacts, there's a contact there, which contacts this piece here, and it's just grounds it out and it stops the engine. I actually don't really like the design that Husqvarna did on this particular saw. I don't see this on any of their professional saws. They don't use this choke lever, which is worn out on mine, and that's the other problem I have with it, is it's not working very well anymore. It doesn't stay up when I want the choke engaged. It falls back down when I'm trying to start it. Okay, so I've got a little bit of hose interference here. Now, why is that the case? Which I didn't remember from the last time. I got them interchanged. One more person. It looks like John. I have a hard time seeing. Hi, John. Thanks for coming in. I don't want any dirt in my system here. Okay. No, I'm not happy with how that's fitting. Unless I got them turned around. That's possible. Get that up. Maybe it's going. And then you have these little chassis rubber mounts that you have to engage here. You see this here, the pin here. And they go in pretty easily. And then it's pretty tight. Oh. think the fit. Yeah, that's not engaging properly, the choke. Maybe if I bolt it down, it'll be a little better. Let's try it. Screws in. Now, I'm not promising anybody this is gonna make it run, what I just did, because I've done this now a few times. What I was doing here was checking the fuel pump membrane, and I swapped it out. But I don't think that's the problem. For any of you just joining, what I'm talking about is that film there. That's the old one from the Zama, and I put the new one from the HIPAA on the existing OEM carb, which is the Zama in here. This is the new one that I left off. Let's put that back in place so I don't lose the parts. At least I still have a functioning carb. I hope. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so that's working. The choke, that's engaging pretty nicely, actually. And staying up. Why? Huh? Friends, I don't even know why that's working the way it is. This thing was not staying up before. Weird. I think this thing's possessed. I think it is. Filter on. All right, let's try to start this. Let's see what happens. Need some fuel. Uh-oh. Got to make some fuel so you can watch me do that. I can't use the stuff I poured into that gas can because it's a dirty gas can. It's my waste gas can. So what you're going to see me do here is make some more oil, 50 to 1, gas to oil. And I do this because I don't like to make up a gallon of fuel, which is what this would make. .6 ounces per 1 gallon. Because I don't use that much gas in a yeah, it usually takes me quite a long time to use a gallon of gas. So I just measure it. I have this cylinder here and take the oil, and I've already done the calculation. I need about 18 milliliters. Right there. And then I pour it into here and make a 32 ounce. Batch. Here, put that there. Where's my funnel? Over here. This is just fresh 87 gas. 87 octane. I got to do this lower than me. Friends and family. You can't see it, but filling it up. And almost done. That's it. Only a little bit of splash from the leaking can. Not the steel can, but the plastic one. A little shake. No. But I won't waste this. This time, if I don't get it started, I will empty it into my little Echo saw because I need to use it. I'd use this if it would start, but I'm not hopeful. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. We got gasoline in there. Let's prime it. Okay, it filled. That's a good sign. Got the hoses right then. Let's see. I'm working in tight quarters here because I'm in between the benches. Okay, that's a good sign. And that stayed up too, the choke. Oh. I mean, there's compression there. It wants to. That's a workout. I don't know. I know there's a spark. I've tested that. The question is whether it's a strong enough spark. It's got a new spark plug. But this coil, like I say, was not the original equipment swap out. And this is the original. That's the original Walbro. This was no name. Let's give it a couple more pulls. I know you're rooting for me, aren't you all? Marion joining, thanks. Remember that name. We'll try a little bit of ether for a little bit of help. Try it anyway. If it starts, it's because of the ether, but it might not be sustainable. Nada. You hear the chicken, the rooster? Let's see, let's give it a little more. A test. No. Put that back in. And we give it another go. I'm really amazed that this is now sticking in place. The choke lever stays up. I don't know why. I fixed it. It's the only thing I fixed. Yep. Oh. Dog. It's a dog. I tell you. What do you do to dogs? Kick them to the curb. Jack, you didn't hear that, did you? Come here. Jack. Come here, look. Look, come here. He's out there guarding the homestead. Not. Well, my arm got a workout. So if there's nothing else to be gained, it's that I got a little bit of exercise on my right side. Now, if I was able to do this on my left arm, I could even it out. Maybe that's it. Maybe it only starts left-handed. Should we try it? Choke up. It smells flooded. Now, oh, nothing. Okay, my last thing, I'm gonna just do it. I said I'm gonna do it, but I wanted to check the carb fuel pump thing before I went and spent the money. But I'm gonna go spend the 75 bucks or whatever it is. I'm gonna find an OEM ignition coil that matches the specs of the Walbro, and that could be the key. Everything else seems fine. So we got fuel, clean fuel. We've got fuel, clean fuel lines. The carburetor is clear and clean. I changed the little diaphragm seal, the pump thing, to the newer one, which is nice and flexible and supple. So the only remaining thing, and it has a new spark plug. The one other thing I didn't do was take the muffler apart, but I did take to see if it needed cleaning. But the usual sign that it's dirty is the spark arrestor screen. I'm not even going to take it off. It's clean. I know. So, yeah, that's it. Sort of disappoint again. I appreciate all the likes, though, that I got on this video live stream. And go ahead, like, subscribe. And you can come along on these little jaunts and journeys with me, trying to fix stuff. Yeah, that's it for the moment. Eoin Sullivan, I think I said hello to you if you're still here. Appreciate you all. And I'm going to sign off. I got to take Jack for a walk and do my chores around here. Bye-bye, everybody.